Hey guys, what's going on? This is Pants or Dragon, and today we'll be doing a little video on 5 really fun off-meta junglers. So this video is going to be based off how fun I think the champion is, and some of you might not agree with my fun list, because my idea of having fun in League of Legends is very different from the average player. I like junglers who can challenge me, I like junglers who have a cool effect when built a certain way, and I also like junglers who tend to farm a lot, because it's kind of relaxing and I don't have to think. So yeah, this list may be really weird to you, but this is also my personal top 5. So anyways, with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so first up, all these builds kind of work and are viable to a certain extent. You know, to the extent where they work in normals, but not really recommended for ranked games. And so anyways, the first champion we're going to be talking about, as seen in the first clip, is going to be Jungle Akali, or also known as 1 second E op clears Akali. Like when she's level 9 and she spins in the jungle, she clears pretty fucking fast. Like when you're in jungle and you're just clearing the camps, you're like, oh, this is so fun and easy. It's like I'm playing Garen. And when she hits level 6, she's got really easy ganks because she has 3 gap closers. Well, it depends on how much stacks you got, but these ganks are pretty powerful to be honest, and she unloads a lot of damage onto her enemies. She's also really snowbally, so if you like that type of champion, then yeah, she'll be really fun for you. And also, she kind of suits the jungle playstyle where she likes to gank enemy lanes and just snowball off kills, so it does feel a little good when you play in the jungle. Her passive also gives her spell vamp, so in the jungle you won't really lose a lot of hit point. Unfortunately, smite doesn't work with spell vamp anymore, so that kinda sucks, but whatever. And one thing that kinda sucks about her is that she farms until she's level 6. Fortunately for me, since I don't want to think, I enjoy this playstyle. And yeah, these are the reasons why I like Akali, and currently she's actually one of my favorite off-meta junglers. She might be my number 1 for funness level, but the next champion you're gonna see is going to be my actual favorite jungler, who is also an off-meta pick. But first, you're probably wondering about the build for Akali, and it looks something like this. Now I know what you're thinking, why aren't you going Strength of Ages? Well, because it's a fun build, not a ranked build. Well, I mean the items and runes would be for ranked. But if you want to have fun, you want to do damage. And yeah, that's the way it goes. Alright, you're probably wondering who my favorite jungler is out of every character in this game. And that character is going to be Jungle Alpha Male, or, you know, known as Lucian. Now, the reasons I find him really fun is because he can kite the camps pretty easily with his W and E. He's got decent ganks, I mean he's got a gap closer with his E, and he's got a bunch of damage to back him up. Skirmishers also gives him the dueling power to 1v1 better, and actually I don't really know why I like him so much in the jungle. Like, I actually hate playing him as an AD carry, but I enjoy playing him a lot more in the jungle. Don't ask me why, it's just one of those things that I enjoy. And I did warn you that this list would be a little kind of stupid, but I mean he's just fun to play and is actually a pretty decent jungler. I mean Graves and Kindred are probably ahead of him, but he's definitely number 3 or 4 in the AD carry jungle tier list. Or maybe he's a little bit farther, but who knows. But yeah, to add some more points to Lucian, he's got AoE clears with his Q, also has a double shot when he uses a spell, and oh yeah, I forgot, clears could be really fun too, since you're always trying to combo your auto attacks in between spells, and your E's and auto attack reset. Like, one thing I like doing is using your passive and then dashing while the passive is in midair, so it can reduce a lot of cooldown on your E. That's something I don't do often as AD carry Lucian, but it's kind of fun to emphasize it in the jungle. Alright, I'm done talking about Lucian. I don't know what to say. He's just fun. But we gotta get on to the build, and the build looks something like this. Very simple stuff, even though I know in the clips you saw me do a different build, like the armor penetration build. That build was kind of trolly, and I don't know, I don't think it's that fun, because I don't crit, but the main emphasis goal is to get 40% CDR. Alright, so no more of my favorite jungler. Let's move on to Machine Gun Lulu. So why is she fun? It's because of the pixie dust she spreads with their auto attacks. I mean, you've probably seen Lulu put her E on KOGMAW, and seen the pew 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 coming from KOGMAW and his 5.0 attack speed, but that's not you, you're just being someone else's bitch by supporting them. So you gotta become the carry and be the one dealing the damage. So you getting a bunch of attack speed, making pixie dust fly everywhere, it's pretty fun. One thing that really sucks about Devour Lulu jungle is Sadie doesn't proc her passive, because it's like every time a champion attacks and not an on-hit effect, so that really sucks. Now it's actually quite funny because she actually has a lot of dueling power with her kit. She can turn enemies into squirrels, she can use her ultimate to knock them up and give her some hit point. She also has a shield, and if she needs to chase someone, she can use her W and Q. And also with this build, you have a lot of sustained damage, so dueling enemies can be quite easy. And I really like that part for Machine Gun Lulu. So yeah, I recommend trying it out, it's pretty fun. It's also pretty stupid, but you'll probably like it. Anyways, on to the build. So the build looks something like this. emphasizing on attack speed a lot. And if you want to do more damage, you can go Sorcerer Shoes, but if you want to be more Machine Gun, you can go Berserker Greaves. The Wit's End is actually not necessary, and you can actually go AP after you get your Nashor's Tooth. But yeah, this build can be really flexible, and if you're actually trying to go for a late game or mid game build, I do recommend transitioning into an ability power build. But yeah, that's it for Lulu. Let's transition to someone I've been talking about in this Lulu segment named KOGMAW, who's also called Machine Gun KOGMAW, and is also a Devour jungler, and is somewhat similar to his actual AD carry build, but add a sated Devourer to it. So yeah, unlike Lulu, his W works with sated, and he be spraying that spicy magic damage onto his enemies. And once he does obtain his sated, he becomes super crazy, and his damage becomes really good if he has PL. His clears become super good too. I mean, his W does 2% maximum health damage every hit, and if you have the golem buff, the monsters in the jungle can be stun locked for a while. But yeah, your goal is to get 5.0 attack speed and just be an on-hit magic damage machine. So if you are looking for some Devour fun, play KOGMAW in the jungle. Just watch out for any early game counter jungling. KOGMAW is very vulnerable to like champions like Shaco or Lee Sin, since he does not have an escape. But if you get past the laning phase, then you're going to be really strong. Alright, so enough about my jibber jabber about KOGMAW. Let's look at the build and what it looks like. So I did the calculations to see how much attack speed we needed to get to 2.5, and this is what it looks like to get the max attack speed. Here's also an alternate build. Well, actually it's just replacing the Wit's End with the Runon's Hurricane, but in this build you can do Runon's plus Frozen Mallet and have AoE slow, so that's pretty cool, and also having a bunch of other on-hit effects. Now you may be wondering, why are we maxing out W first? It's because we don't need the extra range for doing monster camps. We do get a bit of on-hit damage, but it's only 5 per level, and E is also really good for ganking lanes, because the slow becomes very noticeable in the later ranks. Also helps with our clear since it's AoE, and it goes up by 50 damage per level, so I do recommend maxing out E. Now, for the next champion, oh boy, it's another Devour jungler. Her name is VAYNE. So, she's a fun jungler because of the true damage coming from her W and having some synergy with sated Devourer. So yeah, sated Devour VAYNE is really fun. I remember playing it a lot in Season 5 when sated Devourer would proc every 2 hits, and VAYNE was actually pretty broken in the late game when she had sated. But in my opinion, she's actually still pretty fun. And she also has more dueling potential with the Skirmisher's Sabre, so I mean 1v1ing people shouldn't be a problem. Her ganks aren't bad, just go behind them and knock them back to your team, and if you want to duel someone, you can just pop your R and kill them. She's also decent at 1v1ing people in early game, as long as she can utilize her Q and E, and dodge skill shots with her Q or even use her E to outplay someone. And in general, she is also a fun champion because she's one of those champions who require some skill to play, or a lot of skill. But anyways, yeah, she becomes really strong in the late game and mid game, especially once you get that sated Devourer. And you'll have a lot of fun doing a bunch of true damage to people, kinda like Yi. Well, he just got nerfed this patch, but whatever. But yeah, try her out, she's a really fun champion. Anyways, let's get on to the build, and the build is an AD carry build that focuses a lot on 1v1ing people. Now, some things I don't recommend are Guunzu's Rageblade and Runon's Hurricane, because VAYNE doesn't have any AP ratios, and Silver Bolts only work on one person at a time. Now, you could go 29% attack speed and emphasize on her W, it's totally up to you, but physical damage reds gives me a little bit more power in the early game. And basically after Bladeroon King and Phantom Dancer, you already have so much damage coming from your W that you need to build some tankiness, so that you do not explode in teamfights. And yeah, that's going to be my 5 really fun off-meta junglers, but I want to do one more of my favorite off-meta junglers, and his name is going to be YASUO. I like to call YASUO a challenge, because he's a jungler that, well, it's kind of hard to pull off. Like, there's just little things with YASUO to have efficient clears with him, and it's kind of like a mini puzzle. But not only that, there's other things, like trying to pull off some ganks. They're a little harder to do if your team has no knockups, but are very good if your team has knockups. And once he gets his item, like whatever you want to do, Static Shiv or Devour, his clears become awesome, and just in general, YASUO is a really fun champion to play, so I mean, playing him in the jungle makes him kind of fun, right? I can talk about some general things on why he's fun, but you probably know how fun playing YASUO is, and honestly, there's just nothing special about jungle YASUO, it is just kind of fun to play him in the jungle. Yeah. And if you notice throughout this video, most of the junglers I picked have like really high damage, and you know, I guess doing damage is really fun. Don't know if you feel the same, but that is how I find my fun in this game, is doing a lot of damage. Oh, almost forgot, we gotta do the build for YASUO. And you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this shit? But it kinda makes sense. What I used to do was get the Stalker's Blade and then rush a Static Shiv. but I think getting Devour is the most cost efficient way of getting attack speed, and then we just kind of get crit later in the game. But we don't want too much attack speed, so I just finish it off with a Triforce. Also, with this build we only have 90% crit chance, which kind of sucks, but if you really want that 3% more crit chance, you can exchange some blues for crit chance, or even quints, but I don't think it matters too much. And if you don't want the Infinity Edge and Triforce combo, you can always go Triforce, Steris Gauge, and then Infinity Edge if you want after. You can see his build is very flexible, so do whatever you want. But I do recommend getting the Devourer. Alright, so that is the end of this list. I want to tell you 2 other champs that I found really fun and actually pretty decent, but I didn't want to include them in the list because they are getting changed in a few weeks or months, and I didn't want this video to be outdated. But one of those champions would have been Zyra. The real reason why she is actually a pretty decent jungler is because her plants only take 1 damage from monsters and have 6 hit points, so that's really good. And if you have really good aggro management, you won't take a lot of damage from the jungle. And her ganks are good too, and you know, there's more stuff. But the next champion I was considering would have been Malzahar. So he's got maximum % health damage, he's got his voidlings to tank the jungle, he's got his AoE clears from his E, and finally his ganks are awesome because you just walk up to someone, stare them in the eyes, and they die. With the help of your teammate, of course. Anyways, we're finally done this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. Here are some comments from a previous video where I asked you guys what do you think the difference is between higher ELO players versus low ELO players, and here are some of your answers. For a chance to be featured in a future video, make sure to comment below on what is your favorite non-meta jungler. Mine's Lucian. He is my favorite non-meta jungler. My favorite jungler is actually Echo. Yeah, those 2 are my favorite champions. Anyways, leave a comment below on your favorite non-meta jungler. And if you did like this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, I am Panzer Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.
And diggity, I'm out here with my man Bob Sinclair. Let's do it. 2, 3, hit it. Back in the day when the DJ spun all night. Why the party's fun?
Maybe not. This song is good. The song is actually... Oh shit, alright, I'm going.
Oh, Jeremy! Oh, you're low.
Hey, you got the vein. Oh, no one
Sure.
cares about the vein though, right?
No one cares about the van.